If you're expecting twins or triplets, there's a greater chance that your babies will arrive prematurely and will need care on the neonatal unit. In the other films in our series, you'll see how parents of twins and triplets, just like parents of single babies, can play a vital role in their baby's care in ways that make a real difference to their health and development. In this film, we'll take a closer look at some of the practical issues that particularly affect families with twins or triplets. We'll follow the stories of 3 families and we'll learn from their journeys as they come to terms with caring for more than one vulnerable baby. Babies born together may have different needs. The first family we'll meet have had twin baby girls, born just a few hours ago, but only one of the babies has needed to go to the neonatal unit.
Our initial concerns were going to be for Sophie, who was twin 1, who was the smaller of the 2 of them, and my concern was how small would she be and what kind of help would she need, and it turned out it's the bigger one that needs just a wee bit more, so I don't suppose you can ever really know what's going to happen.
Hey, should Daddy here? Will you open your wee eyes? Yeah?
While Carla recovers from the caesarean section and looks after Sophie, James spends time with Libby on the neonatal unit. This is an important role that fathers or birth partners can play, especially if babies need to remain apart after the birth.
It's really good, and it's good that being able to touch her. I really just want to pick her up and hold her close, but being quite realistic, we know why. I know why. Just to be here, it's to help her, and hopefully, in the long run, it makes her a lot better, which is, and we'll get her back to us as a family all together. You basically want both of them together. You need them together.
Dorette gave birth to twins Joshua and Leah at 33 weeks gestation. The babies are now 2 weeks old. They're still in hospital but are doing well and are benefiting from Dorette's breast milk.
I'm just finding that, I could do with an extra set of hands. But unfortunately, I've had the midwives here to help me, especially with just getting them both on to feed properly. Because I did actually try and do them separately, but I just realised that takes way too long and I'm never ever going to get any sleep. So we're feeding them together. And so far it's going pretty well. At least I'm getting a lot of close contact with them through breastfeeding, and that's one of the main reasons why I want to breastfeed as well, just having that contact with them.
Anita and Graham have just had baby triplets, 2 boys, Ethan and Thomas, and a little girl, Neve, at Queen Charlotte's Hospital in London. Anita is meeting her babies for the first time. Thomas and Neve are stable and well enough to come out of the incubator for some skin-to-skin contact. Anita and Graham learned that 2 of the triplets don't need an intensive level of medical care and are going to be transferred out to their local hospital. It means that 2 of the triplets will be nearer home and family, and the cots at Queen Charlotte's can be used by babies who are more poorly. Although there are good reasons for the move, it's a lot for Anita and Graham to take in.
Those 2 babies are healthy enough to move, which can only be the right thing. The fact that they're that good, they can be moved. It's still a bit upsetting that Ethan will be here on his own, but just that's the way things have turned out.
It's soon time for Thomas and Neve to be transferred by ambulance to Hillingdon.
You often find that perhaps one baby is sicker than the other two, so one will need longer term intensive care, and perhaps the other two are on just the low dependency neonatal unit, so she hasn't got all three of her babies together. And just that in itself can be very tiring for a mum, especially if she's had a caesarean section and she's got to, she's expressing her milk, and then going from one baby to the other, and she wants to have cuddles with each baby, and just trying to divide her time between each one, they can initially find it quite difficult.
Anita and Graham now both have different and important roles to play for their babies. Graham is visiting and caring for Thomas and Neve at Hillingdon. Anita is still at Queen Charlotte's, caring for Ethan.
This is Ethan James. This is my first cuddle with him. So cute.
Today, Graham was able to hold both babies, and he's come back to Queen Charlotte's to tell Anita how they're doing.
This morning I was at Hillingdon neonatal unit where Thomas and Neve have gone, and I got some proper daddy time with Thomas. It was great. So it's my first ever time holding a little baby, and he grabbed my hands and all sorts of stuff. So that was fun.
Ethan is doing well, and the family are hoping that he will be transferred out to Hillingdon in the next few days. Three days after they were born, twins Sophie and Libby are back together again. Libby is now breathing well on her own, so she no longer needs care on the neonatal unit and is now with the rest of the family in the postnatal ward.
I was going to go home early last night, and I was just going in to say bye to Libby. Next thing one of the midwives says, right, time for the move. And I was like, okay, brilliant. So we came down, but that was a bit emotional. When we came in there and I felt myself welling up, I think just with happiness and just a sigh of relief. Everybody was going, so we're like, right, bye, cheerio, pushed them out the door so we could have a wee bit of 5-10 minutes with her.
It's just nice to have them both here and know that they've both been given the all clear, and as soon as they're happy with me, we can go home and get on with it all.